Well, welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast. Today it's just Josh and I. Jonathan had some business to take care of, so he will not be with us today, unfortunately. But we just finished up Week 7 of the NFL, Week 7 of fantasy football. So what were some of your general reactions from the week?
Well, that Eagles-Giants game, I was like, let's go Giants. I had them in my pick. I was like, they're going to seal it. It is what it is. They're up 21-10 with 7 minutes left. Somehow they lose 22-21. Very upsetting.
No, I bet the over on that game, and I needed 2 more points.
Oh, yeah. That's hilarious.
They missed one. He missed the kicker missed a field goal and an extra point early in the game, and then they missed the 2-point conversion twice. So they did me dirty. I'm not betting on any NFC East team ever again. My general reaction, I thought it was hilarious how Todd Gurley accidentally scored that touchdown.
Oh my gosh. Okay, think about it though, right? It cost them the game, but think of how much people it won in fantasy though. So that's what we're really here for.
Yeah.
Let's go, Todd.
He probably cared more about his fantasy stats than the team. They're tanking.
Yeah.
But you could see he tried to get down at the 1 yard line, but the ball accidentally crossed the plane.
Yeah. Who was it? I think it was one of the ESPN channels posted a video of Matt Ryan telling him not to score. And then threw his hands on his helmet when he scored. And even the Lions guy was like, "Yo, we scored a touchdown. Let's go."
Yeah.
That's something you see in Madden though.
I know. We got some NFL news. Obviously, Antonio Brown signed with the Bucs. So he didn't play last week, but he's eligible to play. Is it week 9? Yeah, I think he'll be out this week. This is his last week of suspension, so he'll play week 9. So that has some implications on other fantasy receivers and tight ends for the Buccaneers.
They really got the Monstars going, bro.
Yeah, they have so many weapons on that team, and of course they have Leonard Fournette. So their offense is looking very scary. But in terms of fantasy purposes, they have a lot of weapons on that team, so the ball is going to be spread out even more. So
you want Tom Brady's going to be looking nice.
Exactly. So I picked up Tom Brady off waivers because he was on there. I had Cam Newton, and he's not looking very good lately. So I had to put him on my bench, and I picked up Tom Brady. Well, that increases Tom Brady's fantasy projections, but in terms of other fantasy receivers and tight ends like Gronk and Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, with the addition of AB, you kind of have to lower your expectations in terms of fantasy points with those other guys. So, and then we have Dez Bryant signed with the Ravens. He's on their practice squad.
Let's go. Hashtag Dez caught it.
Who knows if he'll even play or if he just stays on the practice squad. I assume he'll play because they kind of need the weapons, the receivers.
Yeah, I really hope he does.
Yeah. It'd be really nice to see him play after being out of football for so long. So other news: Seattle just traded for Carlos Dunlap. They traded a 7th rounder and B.J. Finney, offensive lineman.
Literally traded some change.
Yeah. So Seattle definitely needed the help in the pass rush, and hopefully he can add a little bit of pressure to the quarterback for the rest of the year. So Julian Edelman just got some surgery, so he'll be out for a few weeks. And so in terms of projections for fantasy points for Cam Newton, you can probably expect him to run on the ground a little bit more. Then that probably opens the door a little bit for N'Keal Harry. So if you're desperate for maybe a flex player or a wide receiver 2, N'Keal Harry might be someone that you might be looking at. So, other fantasy news that I missed.
Gardner Minshew might not play with his injured his right thumb last game, so we'll see about that.
They're on a bye week this week, but there's reports saying he can play for week. So
one of the Charger players tested positive for COVID, but they still have he's self-quarantining, him and his family, and then they have they didn't say who it is, so hopefully it's not one of the big name players. I would feelings, but we'll see.
I think one of the equipment managers for the Buccaneers has COVID.
Yeah.
Being a big deal.
I wanted to go to this really fast. The Chiefs versus Jets. The Chiefs are minus 2,728.
Yeah, they're 20. I think they're 19.5, 20-point favorites in this game.
Yeah, 19.5 for the Jets. That's not bad.
Yeah. But the way the Jets have been playing, you kind of have to take the Chiefs minus 19.5 because I can't see the Jets scoring more than 10 points, and I can easily see the Chiefs scoring 35 plus points.
Yeah.
If you're a betting person, I would definitely be betting on the Chiefs minus 19.5 for sure.
Yep.
All right, that's it for some fantasy news. Let's go into some studs and stinkers of week. Was it week 7? Yeah.
There's a lot, bro.
Yeah, there was a lot of studs and stinkers this week. Obviously, the clear stud this week is Tyler Lockett with 53 fantasy points, 15 receptions, 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I think that's
actually insane. One of the best games of the last decade. Crazy.
Yeah. I think the last time that many points have been scored was by Sean Alexander, who had 53.3 points, I think.
I want to say Sammy Watkins a few years ago had like 51, I think, something like that.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was a lot. But this is 53. I think this is the third most fantasy points in fantasy football history.
Yeah, it's
Sean Alexander and some other guy that I totally forgot, but he scored like 57.
Yeah. If you had him in your fantasy lineup this week and still lost, I'm sorry. I don't want to name names or nothing, but
that would be me. I lost by 11 points. I had 2 players on my team get negative points. I had Jerick McKinnon and Cam Newton both get me negative points. Even if they had the most average week possible, I would have won. But it's just my luck. So, but yeah, Tyler Lockett, 53 fantasy points, 15 receptions, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. So
insane.
My
boy Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
13 catches, 196, 2 TDs, 44.6. Fantasy team owner right here.
Yeah.
Throw some love.
Justin Herbert had a really great fantasy day and real life day. 38.5 fantasy points, 347 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, and 66 rush yards and a touchdown on the ground. So he's looking really good. He's looking, between the rookie quarterbacks, he's looking the best right now. He's looking better.
He also just won Rookie of the Month.
Yeah,
and was nominated for Player of the Month.
Yeah.
I don't think they announced Players of the Week yet, but this should be his 4th.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
He's on his 16-game pace right now is like 4,900 yards, which would obviously break the rookie passing record for a single season. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers, 27.3 points. He had 4 touchdowns. Kyler Murray had a big game.
Yeah.
37.1 points, 360 yards.
Surprisingly, Baker Mayfield, as soon as Odell goes out, he hits 18 straight and 5 TDs. Yeah, 97.5. He did throw a pick early in the game, though, but still racked up 29 points. So
yeah. The thing with Baker, I feel like there's pressure on him to get the ball to Odell. And so when Odell's out and not in the game, there's a lot less pressure on Odell to force the ball to him, which kind of gives up his ability to have better games.
Yeah, and spread the ball around a little more.
So you notice when Odell got out and he was injured and he got out of the game, Baker had a really fine day. So I don't know if you can count on Baker having great games throughout the rest of the season without Odell because he's out for the year. But there's definitely a lot less pressure on Baker to get to him.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out next coming weeks.
Yeah. Russell Wilson had a good game, 29.9 points. Yeah. 388 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 3 picks. So without those 3 picks, that'd be like 35 or something points.
Yeah, 35.9.
Yeah. So he had a good game.
I'm saying the list of QBs that scored over 25 there's like 6 or 7 of them. Even Carson Wentz had 27.
Yeah.
Sean Watson had 24. Drew Brees had 23.
Joe Burrow had 3.6. Joe Burrow had a good day, 406 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he also had a touchdown on the ground too.
Yeah, monster day.
Let's look at some wide receivers here. Deontay Johnson, he did get injured again, but he had 29 points, 9 receptions, 8 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins had a good game, 24.3 points, 10 receptions, and 103 yards and a touchdown.
Bro, sleeper pick of the year right here, Tyler Boyd. 11 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. He's been doing this like all season. I'm actually surprised.
I've been trying to trade for him in our league. I think Francisco has him, but he's not willing.
Yeah, Francisco. He's not willing to do it for anything.
Yeah, Bengals receivers all around are looking good because T. Higgins also had 18.8 points, 5 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Also, A.J. Keane also had a back-to-back good weeks. So Bengals receivers are looking very good right now with, the really good playing of Joe Burrow. So
I gotta shout out my boy Keane Allen, 10 catches, 125 yards. Solid day.
He had a good week. Cole Beasley, I've been saying this. Cole Beasley is a guy, 22.2 points, 11 receptions, 112 yards. So, like we say, he's the last of a dying breed.
Literally.
Little white guy. Yeah, I've been saying this for the past few weeks. He'd be, if he's still on waivers in your league, I don't know why, but you should definitely be picking him up and starting.
Yeah, he's been so consistent, getting at least 11 or 12 or even above that for the past 5-6 weeks.
Yeah,
I was able to stash him on my team and have me getting trade offers, and it's not happening anytime soon. So yeah,
DJ Moore had another good game, 25.3 points. He only had 4 receptions, but 93 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So back-to-back good week.
Showing that big playability. Even Chris Godwin, even though he's not playing again.
Yeah.
9 catches, 88 yards, and a TD.
Yeah. Kenny Gallaudet, he was just freaking catching everything. It was ridiculous. 17.4 points, 6 receptions, and 114 yards. But I feel like all of his catches were contested catches and all that crap.
Yeah.
He was just catching everything that was thrown his way. So let's look at some running back studs. Obviously, we had Alvin Kamara, who's, every week he's going to put up those points, 22 points.
He didn't even score nothing, still got that much points.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Antonio Gibson, I forgot, I didn't write down how many. Oh, he had 18.8 points, 128 yards, a touchdown. He was looking good. James Robinson, again, 31.7 points.
Yeah. James Robinson absolutely killed the Chargers defense, fortunately, as we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
My boy Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
112 yards and 3 touchdowns, 32 points. He's injured, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. If he's ever starting at running back for the 49ers, he's going to have a good day.
Yeah.
That's just how
my guy Todd the God Gurley.
He accidentally scored 22 points. He had 2 touchdowns. So, good for fantasy players, not good for the Falcons because they lost because of that. Jamal Williams had a good day, 21.4 points, 77 yards on the ground and a touchdown. He also had 4 receptions for 37 yards.
Yeah. Chase Edmonds had a sneaky week. He had 5 rushes for 58 yards and 7 catches for 87 yards.
Yeah.
Got him 21 and a half.
Yeah. David Johnson had a good week because they were playing the Packers, who weren't good against running backs. He had 16.4 points. He only had 42 yards, but he had 4 receptions for 42 yards. But 16.4 points is pretty decent.
Did you already say Jamal Williams?
Yeah, I said Jamal Williams.
Yeah. Who'd you say?
Boston Scott had a good game with Miles Sanders out. He had 18.2 points, 46 yards, 3 receptions, and a touchdown through the air. And Wayne Gallman, surprisingly, had a good game. He had 18.4 points, touchdown on the ground, and 5 receptions. So a couple tight end studs of the week. TJ Hawkinson. The only reason why he had a good week is because that game-winning touchdown, but he had 5 receptions for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski, 17.2 points, 5 receptions, 62 yards, and a touchdown. He's been looking really good the past few weeks. I think that connection is back with Tom Brady. So I think Rob Gronkowski could be a weekly starter here on out for the rest of the year. Harrison Bryant, tight end for the Browns, 21.6 points, 4 receptions, 56 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So with the absence of Austin Hooper, he's getting a lot of playing time, and it's resulting well in the fantasy world. Any other tight ends that you had down?
Nah, Darren Waller, but he's up there every week.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Some defenses. Kansas City had 21 fantasy points. That's a lot for a freaking defense.
So it's so annoying when you play a defense that good because it just takes the sales out of you.
Yeah, they had 2 picks, and they also had 2 defensive touchdowns.
So
they had a good week. And then the 49ers had 16 fantasy points because they had 4 picks. So
yeah, even Washington had 17 and the Bills had 16. Crazy. Washington really held the Cowboys to 3 points.
Yeah. Cowboys are looking like garbage. DiNucci, He's probably gonna be their starter this week. So
Yeah.
I don't know who they're playing this week, but if you're starting the defense for the Cowboys, expect them to get quite a few points.
Yeah, literally.
A stud kicker, Tyler Bass, had 21 fantasy points, 6 field goals.
Bro.
He attempted 8 field goals, but he missed 2. But he made 6 field goals for 21 fantasy points. That's a running back or a wide receiver number right there. That's
Bro, in my other league, I was really playing him, the Bills defense, and freaking who was it? DeAndre Hopkins, and like I don't know, the league is like set up weirdly. So like if the QB gets like 300 plus yards or 3+ TD, that's like plus 10 points each.
Oh really?
So Herbert got me like 55, and like it was at halftime of the Cardinals game, and I was up by 2 points, and I didn't like DeAndre Hopkins didn't catch the ball until overtime, little 10-yard out, and I was like, "You're kidding me!" And the field goal, I was like, "Come on, bro."
Did you lose?
But it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, if he would have made those extra 2 field goals, that's 27 points.
Yeah, or 29 because it counts for the minus as well, depending how long the field goals are.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's just crazy. I mean, almost 30 points for a kicker. It's ridiculous.
All
right, let's move into some stinkers of the week. Let's start with the QB position. The most obvious one, I started him, Cam Newton. He had negative 18 points, only 98 yards through the air and 3 picks. So it was a really bad day for Cam Newton. He cost me.
Yeah.
He cost me a game this week in fantasy, which I'm not too happy about.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Like on the bubble, on the playoffs.
Yeah.
I said Nick Foles, 261 yards, 2 picks, 6 points.
Yeah.
Just a rough week for him.
Another stinker, a guy who you had as a low-key start of the week. He did get injured, but he had 2.6 points.
He did absolutely nothing when he was in the game.
Yeah. So, but in terms of quarterbacks, there wasn't a lot of stinkers this week, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of quarterbacks had really good weeks this week. So
I would say Jimmy G as well, 277 yards, 2 picks, 7.5 points.
Yeah, they did stomp the Patriots, but he didn't have a good day personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on to some wide receivers. Odell, he did get injured, but of course he had 0 points.
A goose egg. I was still able to win my game in fantasy though, convincingly. So happy with that.
CeeDee Lamb, he only had 1 rush yard on the day, so 0.1 yards.
My guy Chase Claypool, 1 catch, -2 yards for 0.8.
Yeah. Keenan Cole, 2.2 points. He only had 1 reception for 12 yards.
Yeah.
Chark, another Jaguars wide receiver, 3.6 points, 1 reception for 26 yards.
Yeah, strapped up. DK Metcalf, 2 for 23 and 4.3 points.
He would have had. He would have had another. And a touchdown.
You were probably hella hyped, Tom, when he caught that out route for the touchdown.
And then David Moore got caught with that holding call. So
stupid old too.
But if DK would have had that, it would have been an extra 6, 7, 10 points. So he would have had 14.
Yeah.
But because of that holding call, they got called back. So it cost him the game and a lot of fantasy points.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman only had 1 reception for 13 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Mike Evans, again, another bad week. 2 receptions, 37 yards. With Mike Evans, I don't know how to look at him for the rest of the year with the addition of Antonio Brown. I think there's too many weapons.
I feel like he's just a red zone. Yeah. I feel like he's just a red zone threat, and they already have Gronk there. So, I don't know. His fantasy value isn't very high.
Yeah. Some running back stinkers of the week. I started him again. Jerick McKinnon, -0.1 points. He only had -1 yards. I thought he was going to be the starter on the week because of Raheem Mostert being injured, Tevin Coleman being out. I thought he was just going to be the starter, but after the game, Shanahan said they were just resting him. So I don't know if that or not, but pretty bad week for Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake had 5.1 points. He did get injured for the game, but that's that. James White, 1 reception for 3 yards, so 1.3 points.
Yeah, that backfield is just you don't know who to choose whenever.
Yeah. Zeke had a bad week, 48 yards, 1 reception for 6 yards. So that's back-to-back kind of stinky week for Zeke.
Yep.
He's still a top 5 running back in my eyes.
Yeah.
Devontae Freeman only had 8 yards, so he only had 0.8 points. Lev Bell, 3.9 points. Chris Carson, 5.1 points. Devin Singletary, 6.7 points.
Did you say Josh Jacobs?
Oh, I haven't said him yet. Yeah.
Yeah, 6.1 points, 10 carries, 17 yards. That's actually shocking.
Yeah.
10 carries for 17 yards.
Yeah, he hasn't looked great the past few weeks, but I don't see his stinky weeks continuing to happen. In my eyes, he's a top 10 running back for fantasy.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's go on to some tight end stinkers of the week. The most obvious one, I think, is Mike Oseki. I'm pretty sure he dropped a goose egg this week. I forgot to write him, but with Mike Gesicki, you just flip a coin if you want to start him or not. But he either goes off. Every week we say this: he either goes off or he doesn't. He drops a goose egg, and that's what he does this week. Drop a goose egg.
I have Kelsey, but I put an asterisk next to it just because of the snow. But he still only had 3 catches for 31 yards, 6.1 points. So
yeah. Hunter Henry, 5.3 points, 3 receptions, 23 yards. Robert Tonyan, I think his time's up for the year. He only had
for sure. He's done.
So, and then Noah Fant only had 6.8 points, 3 receptions for 38 yards.
And not that much of a big day for tight end. Even on National Tight End Day, they didn't get much love.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But what's his name? TJ Hawkinson on National Tight End Day gets the game-winning touchdown. So good for him.
That was actually crazy. I can't believe they let that happen.
Yeah.
That's such a fluke win for my brother for this game pick.
No. I swear, I better beat your brother this week.
That's what I'm saying. I've had nothing but bad weeks.
Yeah. Well, your brother doesn't have. He traded Amari Cooper to me for Miles Sanders, and then he traded Miles Sanders for Cooper Kupp. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was selling pretty low on Miles Sanders, and I was like, Cooper Kupp, he hasn't done much this year, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, he's without Amari Cooper and DeAndre Hopkins this week, so hopefully that's to my advantage, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at last week's game picks. It was a very rough week for Josh and I. Jonathan had a good week picking.
Yeah, I mean, it started bad for me, but I ended pretty good, so, I mean, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I had the Eagles winning, and they did win. You guys had the Giants winning, so I got that one. Jonathan was the only one having the Lions beating the Falcons.
So fluky.
Yeah. We would have won that, but, of course, Todd Gurley had the score. I had the Bengals winning, and they did not. You guys both had the Browns.
That last touchdown by Baker was such a dime.
Yeah, it was such an amazing throw. I was the only one having the Steelers beating the Titans. Jonathan was the only one having the Saints beating the Panthers.
Can't believe it.
We all had the Bills winning. Josh, you were the only one who had the Cowboys beating the Redskins. We all had the Packers winning.
Yeah.
I chose the Seahawks to win, and they did not. You guys both had the Cardinals. We all had the Chiefs winning. We all had the Niners winning. I had the Jags beating the Chargers, and they did not. You guys both had Chargers. And Jonathan was the only one who picked the Rams to beat the Bears. And we didn't pick the Raiders and the
Bucs game.
Yeah, the Bucs game, because I don't know why we thought it was delayed for another week or something like that.
Yeah.
But on the week, Josh and I were both 7-6, and Jonathan went 11-2.
That's okay. I'm inching closer to a better record. It is what it is.
Tiny bit closer.
That's what I'm saying, one game at a time.
On the year, I'm 25-16. Jonathan is 28-13, and you are 19-22. So.
All right. All I gotta say is, last week you said Cam Newton was gonna get 25+ points, so I wrote that down.
Yeah, well, that's a little side bet. That was a little side thing. But
and you had the Jags beating the Chargers, so you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, you're 19-22 on the year, so
that's all right.
All right, so let's go.
How you start, how you finish.
That's a classic Seahawks motto.
I know.
Gosh.
Freaking Pete Carroll. Can you win it in the first quarter?
No!
All right, let's go.
All right, so we have tonight, Thursday night football. That's the Atlanta Falcons on the road to the Panthers. Panthers are 2.5-point favorites. So for fantasy purposes, I have Mike Davis on my team. He's had back-to-back stinky weeks. I don't see that happening this week. I think he's going to bounce back. So I'm starting Mike Davis, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Curtis Samuel surprisingly has had back-to-back pretty good weeks.
Yeah, I'd start with my flex if you need a receiver. For sure.
And if you need a quarterback, if you're in a quarterback pinch, they are playing the Atlanta Falcons, who's arguably one of the worst teams against the pass. So to pick up Teddy Bridgewater if you need a quarterback. How about the Falcons side of the ball?
Same thing, Todd Gurley, Julio, Matt. I think Matt Ryan has a really good game right here. Calvin Ridley, he's been balling all season, so yeah. Even some tight end options if you need it too.
Yeah. Who do you got winning this game?
I will take the Panthers by 3 in a shootout.
Yeah, I see this being a very high-scoring game due to the Falcons not having a very good defense, but they have a high-powered offense. So, because
honestly, they might as well put Julio at safety. It'll probably help them.
Seriously, I mean, the Seahawks could put DK at safety. That chase down tackle is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Because the Panthers are at home this week, I'm going to take them to win. I think they're going to win by 3 points too. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yep.
Okay. All right, next we have Patriots on the road at the Bills. So for the Patriots side of the ball, if maybe you might start Cam Newton, but that's it. I mean, maybe. But
I would avoid anyone or all of them, to be honest. The Pats haven't been looked like too good on offense, so
yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys, but
yeah. I mean, I'm benching. I have Cam on my team. I'm benching him. I need to see another week or two of good performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Again. On the opposite side of the ball, on the Bills, Josh Allen has been great for fantasy. Stephon Diggs.
Cole Beasley, GOAT.
Yeah, Cole Beasley, the last of the dying breed.
I do believe John Brown is back.
Yeah, I'm not willing to start him just yet.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that's it. I mean, maybe the Bills' defense against the Patriots' offense.
Yeah, maybe.
Depending on who starts.
They shouldn't get lit up either. So yeah, the Bills' defense should be a good pick.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Tyler Bass is the greatest kicker of all time, so why not?
Oh yeah, if you're looking for a kicker, Tyler Bass, he's gonna get you 20 points probably.
I know, like.
For this game, I'm definitely taking the Bills because they're playing Patriots, who are not very good, and they're at home. So
yeah,
Bills here. I'm
taking the Bills by 4. I think the Pats will make it close somehow, but ultimately Bills will take it.
Yeah. Next we have Titans at the Bengals. So for the Bengals side of the ball, Joe Burrow has been great for fantasy purposes. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and AJ Green has been great the past few weeks. Not great, but he's had back-to-back pretty good weeks. So I'd be willing to start them. I don't know is Joe Mixon playing this week? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I didn't look into that.
If he's out, I don't know if I'd be willing to start Giovanni Bernard just because they are playing the Titans defense. So
yeah.
But I think that's it for Bengals side. On the Titans side, you're obviously starting Derrick Henry, probably starting Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown, and Jonnu Smith.
I'm willing to start Corey Davis here if you need a flex.
Yeah. Did he play last week?
I don't think he played last.
I think he was out. Yeah.
But he should be playing this week though.
Yeah.
I picked him up because I'm the GOAT.
I'm taking the Titans to win here. They're 5.5-point favorites. I'm going to say that they win by 10 points here.
Okay, so Corey Davis did play last week. He had 6 catches, 35 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're in a pinch for a flex player, then I think Corey Davis would be a good pickup.
Yep.
Who do you got winning this game?
I'll take the Titans by 10. I don't think the Bengals can keep up with them, especially if they get the ball first and Derrick Henry scores first.
All right, next we have this is a pretty good matchup, but the Raiders at the Browns. The Browns,
this is a spicy week.
Yeah. Browns side of the ball, Kareem Hunt, you're starting. Is it Austin Hooper? No, he's out this week.
Yeah. What about Baker? You started Baker this week?
I wouldn't start Baker. I would have to see another week of him putting up 20-plus points before I'd be willing to start him.
What if he goes off again, but it's his last good week, and then you start him the week after, and he's just stinky?
And that's just the luck of the draw.
I'm willing to start him. I think he's at least capable, we can see, of having a really good game.
Yeah. On the
Jarvis as well.
What?
Jarvis is right.
I was gonna say with Odell being out for the rest of the year, Jarvis might be a good pickup.
Yeah.
On the Raiders side of the ball, Josh Jacobs, obviously. Nelson Aguilar last week. He had a touchdown.
Yep. He's been sneaky this year. He's been okay.
Yeah.
For the last year at least, for sure.
He's on a lot of waiver wires too. So
yeah.
If he's on waivers, I'd definitely be able to. I mean, I'd be picking him up and putting him on my bench at the least. But if you're in a pinch for a wide receiver 2 or a flex player, he might be good there.
The only thing about him though is I feel like him and Hunter Renfrow just like swap roles. Yeah. And one night it could be each one of them as well.
Yeah. I think that's it for fantasy purposes.
What about Derek Carr? He's been pretty good this year as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to start him. I think this is gonna be a run-heavy game, though. I don't see them passing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is gonna be a battle between Josh Jacobs and Kareem Hunt, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Raiders to win here on the road at the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns are 2.5-point favorites, but I'm gonna say the Raiders win by 3.
Yeah. Well, the Browns are 2.5 favorites, so I'm gonna take them by 3. Game-winning field goal. All right. I think Baker drives down again and makes it happen. He's been feeling dangerous.
I feel like every time Baker has a good game, the next week he has a bad game.
Yeah, the cycle, they get hyped over a win.
Yeah, I saw the NFL meme page.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Colts on the road playing the Lions. The Colts are 3.5-point favorites. On the Lions side of the ball, Kenny Gallaudet is a weekly starter, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Maybe.
Yeah, bro. I've had high expectations for Stafford this year, and he just hasn't met him. Yeah. He's only had a couple good weeks.
Yeah. TJ Hawkinson has been pretty like as a fantasy tight end. I think he's top. I think he's number 7.
Yeah.
I picked him up. I started him last week, and I'm starting him again this week.
Ooh.
They are playing the Colts defense, who are number 1 against fantasy tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll see how that turns out, but I'm still starting him. On the Colts side of the ball, there's not many. I mean, Jonathan Taylor maybe.
I was like, Jonathan Taylor is probably the only guarantee there.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not really willing to start anyone.
Yeah. Philip has shown us one good game.
Maybe Trey Burton if you need a tight end. Maybe Trey Burton. I saw you this week.
Yeah, I picked him up because I had Gronk, and Gronk's been playing well, and I just traded for Darren Waller.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm going to be able to trade Gronk sometime soon. I need a flex.
I mean, I might be in on that trade. Send me some offers.
Oh, let me know.
Who do you got winning this game?
I'm going to take the Colts by 6, but I think this is going to be an entertaining game.
Yeah. I'm also going to take the Colts here by 3 points. I think this game's going to be pretty close. I think the Colts win on a game-winning field goal.
Okay. With my new kicker, my boy Rodrigo.
Oh, let me get him back. I'll trade you.
Bro, you really dropped him, and you thought you were going to get him back.
I wasn't about to have 2 kickers on my team. I just dropped him so I can pick up another kicker because he was on a bye week.
I mean, yeah, I know. I had to get another kicker just because of that, and I was like, I don't care because he's about to be my kicker because he's the GOAT.
He really is. I think he's number 2, right? Is he the second?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he just came off a bye, so he might be top 5 for sure. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right, next we have the NFC North matchup, Vikings at the Packers. 1-5 versus 5-1. The Packers are 6.5-point favorites. For the Packers side, I think Aaron Jones is back this week, so you're definitely starting Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and that's it, I think.
Yeah.
On the Viking side of the ball, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook.
I think Dalvin Cook's back this week, right?
Yeah, he was limited in practice yesterday, but I'm pretty sure he'll be playing this week. So if he is, you're obviously starting him.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for fantasy. I don't think I would start either of their defenses. Definitely not the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the Packers winning here by 14 points. I think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
This is where my first spicy pick comes in. This is what I'm going to say, right?
Whoa.
To the Vikings. The Vikings are obviously trying to tank. They're trying to get rid of everybody. But they're not going to let the Packers just steamroll them. I think they're going to get a dub here. They're going to win by 3.
Whoa.
They're going to drive down the field with 2 minutes left, and Kirk Cousins is going to make it happen.
In
Vikings
Lambeau?
by 3.
In
Vikings
Lambeau.
by 3.
Oh, my – I can't believe you. Do you want to bet on this one?
I originally had the Packers, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Bring out the chef hat. Let's do it.
You won't bet on this game? I want to. What are their odds? I'm going to see really quick.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Vikings got to be at least plus 250, hopefully.
Let's see here. Log in. I mean, if you put money on the money line on this game, and they win, that's some cash that you're making.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't like be against parlaying that with one of the other favorites.
They're plus 267.
Plus 267, not bad.
Yeah. On Bookmaker, they're plus 7 for the spread here. But,
I like that. Plus 7, pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Next we have the Jets at the Chiefs. So no one on the Jets I'm willing to start. I'm literally
not even Jameson Crowder. Not even my guy LaMichael Pirine.
Pirine. Actually, he's kind of nice, but not against this defense, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Jameson Crowder would be the only one that I'd maybe start on the Jets. And that's it. The Chiefs.
What about the Chiefs? Everybody and anybody.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I wouldn't be willing to start Le'Veon just yet. I have to see more. Obviously, Tyreek, Travis Kelce. Yeah. The Chiefs are 19.5-point favorites in this game, and I think they're going to cover that easily.
Okay.
I say Chiefs win 35-10.
All right. I want you to picture this, right? The Jets.
Don't even.
They just lost their best player. And now this player plays for the other team. Adam Gase's job is obviously on the line. Now think. The Jets are about to be motivated. They're gonna do it. They're gonna come out. They're gonna start super hot. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's gonna happen. And then obviously, the Chiefs not gonna let it happen. They're gonna come back. They're gonna take the lead. But my guy, Sam Darnold at the helm. Game-winning drive, 2-point conversion. Game is over just by 1.
No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll bet you $100 on this game.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I might parlay the Jets and Vikings. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. Let's see how much
that would be nice, right?
Let's see how much that would be. Hold on. Parlay. All right, you got the Vikings and this is that Jets. Holy crap! All right, so those 2 parlays. If you put $100 down, you'll win $4,773.
That'd be crazy.
If you put $10 down, you're winning $477. Holy crap! I mean, if that happens, that'll be insane.
Right.
All right. Next, we have the Rams on the road at the Dolphins. Tua's the starter here now. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites. Because it's Tua's first week, I think the Rams are easily going to cover this game. I'm starting the Rams.
Oh, you're greasy. I thought you're about to make a pick, but never mind.
No. Not with his first week starting.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins, Devontae Parker, I maybe would be willing to start. And that's it. I'm staying away from Mike Oseki. I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah. What about Tua? You think he'll be okay?
No, not against the Rams defense, especially.
Okay.
And it's just even if he was playing against the Jets defense, I still wouldn't be willing to start him just because it's his first week.
You think Aaron Donald's about to welcome him into the league?
Yeah, it's gonna be a rude awakening for Tua.
Okay.
On the Rams side of the ball, I don't know who to start at running back because you never know who's starting.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that every week, but
yeah,
I would definitely start like Goff and the two big name receivers.
Yeah, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, and that's it. Not willing to start Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, staying away from the tight ends as well.
Yeah. I'd definitely be willing to start the Rams defense, so.
Yeah.
Just because of Tua, this being his first start. And they really don't have they have Myles Gaskin. We forgot about Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, sleeping pick of the year.
Yeah, I'd be willing to start Myles Gaskin in this game. Yeah, that's it for fantasy purposes. Who you got winning this game?
I got the Dolphins by 4.
Oh, you don't.
I do though.
You're picking.
Tua's gonna come out. He's gonna sling that thing. I'm telling you, Brian Flores. They're gonna come out. They're gonna go trick play. They're gonna go option. They're gonna bring the college game to the NFL, and the Rams aren't gonna know what happened.
Oh my God! All right, so a three game parlay: the Vikings, Jets, and the Dolphins. If you bet $100, you're winning $12,717. Oh my gosh!
That'd be lit.
You're picking all the sleepers. I'm gonna take the Rams here. They are on the road, but they're playing against the Dolphins and Tua. So I say the Rams win by 10 points here.
Okay.
All right, next we have AFC North matchup. Steelers on the road playing the Ravens. One of the better rivalries over the past 15 years. The Ravens are 4.5-point favorites. Fantasy purposes, you're starting Lamar Jackson. And that's it. I mean, Mark Andrews probably.
Yeah.
But you're not starting either of the running backs because they're no good for fantasy. Hollywood Brown, maybe if you need a flex player, but I'm not willing to put him in one of my wide receiver spots yet. On the Steelers side of the ball, for wide receivers, it's kind of been spotty. Like 1 week, Chase Claypool will go off. The next week it's Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but you kind of have to start Chase Claypool just because it's Chase Claypool. He's had 2 amazing weeks. He had a stinky week last week, but I think that's just because of the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, James Conner, I'd be willing to start maybe because it is the Ravens defense who are pretty stout against the run.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of spicy fantasy players in this matchup.
I think it's gonna be a hard-nosed fight game, and it's gonna be low scoring.
Yeah,
for sure.
The Baltimore Ravens are 4.5-point favorites, but I'm gonna take the Steelers here to win this.
Spicy pick.
34-31 Steelers.
I'm gonna take the Ravens 21-17. I don't think they score a lot, and it's gonna be tough for them too. And when they do, it's gonna be with a kick.
Ooh. All right, next we have AFC West matchup. Chargers on the road in the Mile High City, Denver Broncos. The Chargers are 3.5 or 3-point favorites here. For the Broncos side of the ball, Melvin Gordon, I'd be willing to start.
He's going to get absolutely 0 yards. Why would you do that?
Stop. Melvin Gordon. This is a revenge game.
I hope we poop on him, bro.
Tim Patrick, he had a kind of a stinky week last week. He had 7 points, but him and Drew Lock have had a pretty good connection here. So if you need a flex player, Tim Patrick would be a good start here, I think.
Interesting.
Noah Fant. What do you think about Noah Fant?
I think you start him.
Yeah.
I think he's their best weapon offensively. And yeah. He's a big target, big body bends.
On the Chargers side of the ball, Justin Herbert has been playing very well. So
he's Herbert and Keane Allen. The others, I mean, it is what it is. I love you guys, but
yeah, Mike Williams, I think is kind of touchdown dependent in terms of fantasy. I mean, Justin Jackson or Joshua Kelly. I don't know if I'd be willing to start them in this matchup.
Yeah, me neither, honestly. I'm pretty sure Herbert led the team in rushing yards last game as well.
Yeah. So that's it for fantasy purposes. In terms of matchup, I'm taking the Broncos to get the dub here. I think Broncos win in a very Charger-like fashion by a game-winning field goal. So I'm taking Broncos to win 28-25.
All right, let me tell you something. First of all, if you see the Chargers defense, grab them and start them. It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be 97.
Yeah, right.
Okay, no. I'm going to take the Chargers by 7. I say 28-21. We're going to take the early lead, blow the lead, come back. It is what it is.
I don't know. You just can't trust Anthony Lynn with these leads.
This is what I am saying. The game plan set is terrible.
With the Chargers, with Anthony Lynn blowing leads, and because of that, I'm out.
Okay. I get it. Disrespect. Makes sense.
All right, next we have the Saints on the road playing the Chicago Bears.
Berries, huh?
The Saints are 4.5-point favorites here. For the Bears, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, and that's it. Oh, no, Jimmy Grandpa. I'd be willing to start him.
Oh.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, for sure. That is it, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Bears side of the ball. On the Saints, obviously you're starting Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. I wouldn't be willing to start Drew Brees, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he does too well. I think Kamara's going to take the bulk of the offense and take him downfield. And
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
I got Saints by 7.
Yeah, Saints by 10. Pretty easy game there.
Honestly, I mean, unless Nick Foles comes out of nowhere, you know,
or if
Nick comes out of nowhere,
Mitch Trubisky comes in and saves the day.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, I would contemplate starting each one of them every week.
Yeah.
They both suck equally.
Yeah. They got to be looking to the draft for a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Next, we have NFC West matchup game of the week.
Okay.
49ers on the road playing Seattle. Seattle are 3.5 or 3-point favorites here. For the Seahawks,
wow.
Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and that's it for starters, fantasy starters.
3-point favorites, huh?
Yeah, 3-point favorites.
They have the Niners at 3 or 3.5.
3.
Oh, spicy.
For the 49ers side of the ball, you don't know who it's going to be, but whoever starts at running back, you're starting them. And
Kittle, that's it.
Kittle and maybe Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I'm not starting either of the defenses here because I think this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game.
All right.
But
Now tell me, what are the odds that Tyler Lockett disappears this game?
I don't think he disappears. I think he has 5 receptions. I think he has 5 receptions and a touchdown. Is my prediction.
Okay. I don't think he'll disappear, but I just wanted to bring it up just in case.
Yeah.
That's happened before.
I don't think he'll disappear. I think he's going to have a pretty average game. But who knows? I mean, this could be a DK Lockett.
Okay, that receiver would be insane. Let's be real.
Holy crap, could you imagine? Yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks here. You can't win. You can't predict that it's going to be a blowout because it never is with Seattle. I think Seahawks win 38-35.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks 38-31. I don't think the 49ers can get it done.
All right. All right, we have the ugliest Sunday night football game of all time. Cowboys on the road playing the Eagles.
Okay, this is all I'm going to say. Eagles by 14. I'm done. Cowboys suck.
The Eagles are 9-point favorites here.
Take it.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking that.
What are the plus minus for the Cowboys right now? Like the game line.
It's 9. That's what I just said. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
They are plus 345.
Well deserved.
Yeah. The over-under here is only 43 points. But the way they've been playing, I'd probably take the under here. That's a very small amount, but
I hate taking the under, bro. It's so
it's always more exciting taking the over because and especially when you're betting, like when you take the over/under, you're not betting on any team, so you don't really care who scores. You're just like, I just want a lot of points to be scored.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for fantasy purposes, Carson Wentz I think would be a good starter in this game against the Cowboys defense.
I think Travis Fulgham as well.
Yeah.
He's been a sleeper pick.
Yeah.
And Trevon Diggs does not look very good.
Yeah. If Miles Sanders is out, which it's looking like he's going to be out, Boston Scott I think would be a good play here.
He's a solid backup.
Yeah, he really is. On the Cowboys side of the ball, Amari Cooper and Zeke, and that's it. That's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles by 14.
Yeah, I'm taking Eagles by 21 actually.
Whoa.
Yeah. With Ben DiNucci starting, 7th round rookie quarterback starting. I see a lot of interceptions here, and he's really their only option. It's not like they can bench him for anyone else. So it's going to be a pick machine. I see him throwing 4 or 5 interceptions.
The thing you didn't understand is Ezekiel Elliott was a high school quarterback, and he's going to slang it.
Oh, yeah, right. Bro, can you imagine? Oh, my God.
I think it would be really cool to see DiNucci get the dub.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see.
But I don't see it happening. I do
I think Eagles, but I wouldn't be upset if the Cowboys win because, one, I have Zeke, and it would be cool to talk about them getting the dub.
Yeah. I mean, I need DiNucci to kind of sling the ball to Amari Cooper the entire game. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. But other than that, I don't see it panning out well for
me.
All right, last we have Monday Night Football. We have the Buccaneers on the road playing the Giants. The Bucs are 12-point favorites.
As they should be.
As they should be, yeah. For the Giants,
I'm avoiding everybody.
Yeah. For the Buccaneers, everyone you're starting.
Literally.
Tom Brady, I'm not starting Antonio Brown this week just because he's not even playing this week.
Yeah.
Gronk, I think he's in the trust of fantasy owners, so I'm starting him.
This is a really favorable matchup too.
Well, Chris Godwin, I think is going to be out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of him being out, you're obviously going to start Mike Evans. Ronald Jones, I'd be willing to start. Leonard Fournette. Yeah.
I would even throw Scotty Miller in there. He's
Miller.
Major sleeper pick.
Yeah. So
he's trying to bring that breed back.
Yeah.
Him and Braxton Berrios on the Jets.
What I'm saying. I'm taking the Buccaneers here by 14 points.
You say 14. I say 24. Game will not be close.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our picks for the week. We'll see how they pan out.
I'm going 14-0 this week. You heard it here first.
I think you go 7-7.
I think you go 0-14.
I'm going 12 or 10-4 this week.
Well, I don't know. You might go 9-5 because you said the Broncos are going to win, and that's what's the word? Awkward.
Drew Lock is going to sling the ball the entire game. All right.
All right.
All right. Next we have.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for, Isaiah.
Our low-key starter of the week. Last week, let's see here. Last week, Josh, you had Andy Dalton. Unfortunately, he did not finish in the top 25. He was quarterback number 27 on the week, so you whiffed on that one. So on the year so far, you are 0-2 for low-key starters of the week.
I've been fouled twice, and the ref isn't calling that thing. Simple.
Jonathan had a DeAndre Swift, who was running back 16 on the week. So he ended up hitting. Jonathan is now 1-1 on the year. And I had Justin Jackson, who was number 25 on the week. So I hit it by the last marker. So I'm not 2-0 on the week or on the year. So who's your low-key start of the week this week?
I don't know what number he is, but he is the one left-handed quarterback in the league. My main man, Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, his first – he's number 1, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what number he is, but –
Are you talking about his jersey number or where he falls?
Yeah.
Yeah, his jersey number is 1, I'm pretty sure. Wow, you're taking Tua,
huh? First of all, he's a sleeper pick, the major sleeper pick. Second of all, I said this, bro. They're going to bring the college game in. They're going to be running the options, the trick plays. He's going to slang it with the left. They're going to be like, what the heck is that? He's going to float that thing to the crib.
No.
I got Tua.
No. Against the Rams, well, you're really trying to go 0-3 on the year, aren't you?
Bro, you're sleeping. Okay. What are the Rams going to do? They're going to get locked up. Aaron Donald, he's going to beat the interior. He's going to win inside, right? Tua's going to see him. He's lefty. He's going to go out left. He's going to stiff arm him to the floor. He's going to sling it, running it to the left to Devontae Parker, who I should trade for, but I doubt I will. And he's going to get a tutter.
Well, Devontae Parker is probably going to get clamped by Jalen Ramsey.
That's what – did you not see him get burnt last week by freaking Bob Lazar? Like –
Well, I don't see that low-key start of the week panning out because I think he's going to throw a few picks here. So I don't think it's going to look good for Tua, but you think he's going to look good. So we'll see.
Bro, not only is he going to look good, he's going to get –
Yeah, right. My low-key start of the week is T. Higgins, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
This guy said running back.
Wide receiver. Okay, the past 2 weeks, he's had 18 points past 2 weeks. Him and Joe Burrow have a very good connection. They are playing the Tennessee Titans, who are 27th in the league in allowing points to fantasy wide receivers. And Tennessee is also 26th in the league in allowing passing yards. Okay? So this is going to be a very good week for T. Higgins. Expect him to get 20-plus points. And that's my low-key start of the week.
All right, bro. If I could ask T. Higgins one question, I'd ask him who is the best quarterback he's ever played with. Who do you think he'd say?
Who's the best quarterback he's ever played with?
Yeah.
Well, where did T. Higgins go to college?
Clemson.
Clemson? Ooh.
I know, right?
I mean, I still think he'd probably say Joe Burrow.
Yeah, because he's probably playing with him right now. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Trevor Lawrence, though.
Debate of the week. Who's winning? The Clemson Tigers or the New York Jets?
The Clemson New York Jets. Are you kidding me? Yes, they're bad, but they are an NFL team.
Yeah, I was going to say that. A lot of people say that Clemson would beat the Jets. as much as that'd be cool to see, the Jets are a professional football team. Clemson is a college team with a bunch of little boys. So, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure Clemson has some better players, but like even like the small flaws they have will show. Like in the O line, the D line, secondary, whoever it is.
yeah.
Like, yeah, Sam Darnold might be bad, but he's gonna get so much better protection.
Frank Gore would be running amok.
He literally would.
At the age of 50.
Yeah, Jameson Crowder would be going off as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Is that it for the podcast? I think that's it.
I think that's it for the good old podcast.
All right. Well, we have Thursday night football tonight. I need Mike Davis to go off. So hopefully he will. So that's it. Next week on the podcast, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do our mid-season review, and we're gonna do a redraft, week 8 redraft. So knowing what we know now through the first 8 weeks of the season, we're gonna redraft our fantasy football just on the podcast. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, it's heading into week 8. Listen for the podcast next week after week 8. If you're listening to us on YouTube, we'd love if you guys subscribe to the podcast, like, comment, share this video, click the little bell notification. That way, every time we post, it pops up on your lock screen that we just posted. You can watch us.
Yep.
If you're listening to us on Spotify, go ahead and follow us. We'd love if you guys listen to us every single week. And yeah, today's Thursday. This podcast will probably be out next week on either Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's it for the week. Thanks you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week. Go Hawks.
Go Chargers.